Hey, Knicks Nation, soon to be happy Gregorian New Year. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. Please be careful out there tonight. If you're traveling, be careful. Myself, I don't like to travel at all on New Year's Eve, mostly because of the drunk drivers. There's a lot of drunk drivers out here on New Year's Eve. If you're driving, be defensive, be careful. A lot of people out here, even with all the warnings, with all the accidents, with all the tragedies, will still get behind the wheel tonight and be intoxicated. So be very careful out there tonight. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. Hope your family's safe and healthy, and the needs of you and your family in terms of food and shelter and clothing as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders out here trying every day, including especially New Year's Eve, to save lives. Blessings, because they're going to be out here in the emergency rooms tonight. There's going to be a lot of people coming into the emergency room tonight, and a lot of people, there's going to be somebody out here tonight whose lives get saved because of a first responder, because somebody that's working in the emergency room, somebody's life is going to be saved tonight. Okay, it's New Year's Eve. It happens every year. Also, blessings upon those that are out here that pick up garbage for us to keep streets, sidewalks, highway clean, especially after a New Year's Eve weekend. It's going to be a mess out there. Blessings upon those that pick up that garbage. Blessings upon those that make deliveries for us on a night like tonight. Blessings also, double blessings of the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver the children and teenagers victims of child molestation and pedophilia, because you know what? They're out there making movies of children and teenagers even right now. Blessed for those trying to rescue them from prostitution, rescue them from child prostitution, rescue them from pornography and child pornography, rescue them, help them, recover them from sex trafficking and human trafficking and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators that are out here taking advantage of these kids and taking advantage of people that become adults that grow up after being sex trafficked. The perpetrator curses on them, curses also on the profiteers that are out here trying to make money off this human flesh, and of course the perverts that are out here creating this industry. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. There are nearly 600,000 men, women, and even children, in fact, mostly children, that are on the streets even right now in the new year in January. And millions around the world in similar or worse conditions, and blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There was a basketball game tonight. It just finished. The New York Knicks beat the Houston Rockets. What was the final score? They beat the Rockets 108-88. And some people say, well, it's the Rockets. You know, I like it was only the Rockets, but I want to say this first to start off tonight. You know, when a good shooter is off, like Quickley, right? Say Quickley, Manuel Quickley. He has some really bad shooting games. Or Julius Randle, or any good shooter, somebody that's a scorer. What they need to happen is they need to see the ball go in the basket. Sometimes that's on the free throw line. Sometimes it's from the three-point line. But they really need to see the ball going in the basket for them to get back in their rhythm, right? Sometimes it could be a free throw, right? And once they see them two balls, if there's two shots and they knock them both down from the free throw, it can get their rhythm back and they can start shooting again. It's the same sometime with entire teams. Okay, so when the Knicks on a 5-game winning streak, they want to know that it's good for them to know what it feels like to get back to Knicks style defense and to win a game on the road. And so even though this was Houston, it was good for the Knicks to win this game. It was good for them to win it convincingly. It was good for them to win the game the way the Knicks play basketball, because it's a rhythm thing. They can see now, they know what it feels like. They done broke the streak. You see what I'm saying? So they got a chance to start again, you know, and hopefully break the snide that's now at the Garden, because they got to play Phoenix at the Garden on Sunday. So they can break the snide at the Garden, right? And maybe get back on track. So they needed this win. They needed to get this done, to know what it feels like to break that 5-game losing streak and to get back on track. Now, just some highlights from the game. One thing I noticed, the most important thing to me tonight that I noticed was the energy level of Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson had no energy against San Antonio. It was just beat. You know, he was already without energy. Okay, you could just see it if you watch the game. You could see. Some people say it's an excuse. That's some BS. Listen, y'all. There's a difference between DM. You know what the hell you're talking about. There's a difference between an excuse and a legitimate reason. Fatigue is a legitimate reason, in case you don't understand. Fatigue is a legitimate reason, okay? Legitimate reason. And so Mitch Rob was dragging Thursday night against the Spurs, and that will hurt the Knicks as bad as anybody else being on or off. Mitchell Robinson is the anchor of the Knicks defense in multiple ways. He is the anchor of that defense. So if he doesn't have the energy that he brings on a nightly basis, the Knicks are going to have a hard road to hoe. He brought the energy tonight. Okay. He brought the energy tonight. I think he ended up with 16 boards. How many boards he had? 12. He ended up with 12 rebounds, 6 on the offensive end, plus 24, 3 blocks. That's the energy we need from Mitchell Robinson. He brought that. That was to set the tone of what will become a good night on the defensive end for the New York Knicks. It's very important. Also, I don't know if y'all watched, did y'all see the game? If you saw the game, Mike Breen brought out a very interesting statistic that I was not aware of, but it's very important what he brought up. That this is the first time in 10 seasons that the Knicks entered the new year above 500. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. This is the first time in 10 seasons that the Knicks enter the new year, cross the new year above 500. I did not know that. Even the year when they were 4th in the East, they were a game below 500 at the new year. And if you remember that year, that's the year they acquired Derrick Rose from Detroit in exchange for Dennis Smith Jr. Okay, that's a big stat. So that right there shows you the progress that the Knicks as a team, as an organization have made since this new regime has come into power. Okay, so this is the first time in 10 seasons that the Knicks crossed the new year. Thank you, Richard Williams, for the $10 super chat. Happy New Year. Glad to see that win. Ready for 2023? Yes, right. That's true, baby. Let's go, Richard Williams. Very good. Very good. I like that. So this is the first time. So that was very big. It's a very big stat because it's important and the reason it's important, not only because it's a threshold that the Knicks have passed for the first time in 10 years, which is big, but also, like I've been saying to y'all, Tom Thibodeau coached teams, and generally defensive teams in general, but Tom Thibodeau also specifically, his teams get better as the season progresses. That's how he does. That's the way it is every year with him. So it's not surprising. It was surprising to me, quite frankly, that they went on the 8-game winning streak so early in the season. Because the year that they went to the 4th seed, they had I think it was a 10-game winning streak or a 12-game winning streak, but that was later. That was the second half of the season. And that's what caused them to get the 4th seed. The Knicks get better as the season goes on. Okay, the Knicks get better as the season goes on. So I'm not really, and some of y'all could bear witness, I was never concerned with the 5-game losing streak. Like some people were jumping off a bridge and trade this and fire that already, but it's not worth all of that drama. Okay, they get better as a team. I've been telling y'all the Knicks are a work in progress, and they are. They suffered some key injuries. This is not an excuse. It's the truth. R.J. Barrett and Jalen Brunson are important pieces for the New York Knicks to win. Important pieces. If you're missing those guys down the stretch, they're going to be in trouble. They need both of these guys, R.J. Barrett and Jalen Brunson. Okay, so that's they hit this rough patch without those two guys. Brunson has missed 3 games. R.J. has missed his 2nd straight and probably will miss the game against Phoenix. So that. DM, you getting ready to get you getting ready to get dinged, bro. Come out with this crap, man. Stop. I'm gonna just warn you. Stop now. Okay? Stop all of that. What y'all call it when somebody is behind, got one hand on a pimple and one hand on the keyboard, or doing something with one hand. What is that called again? What is that called? What's that called? I forgot what it's called, but they got a name for dudes like that. Trolling. Thank you. Keep trolling, bro. We're gonna finish this in a second. All right? I'm not playing that tonight. All right. So, what I was saying, now I think, I'm hoping now Phoenix ain't no joke. So hold on. Let me see what they've been doing. What's the Phoenix been doing lately? Let me just take a look at this here. Phoenix right now is 7th in the West. They've lost 2 straight. They're 4-6 on with their last 10. They're 6-12 on the road. Phoenix. Oh, let's see here. Phoenix. Are they still missing? Who are they missing? They're missing Cam Johnson. They're missing Cameron Payne. They're missing Larry Shamet. Oh, Devin Booker. They're missing Devin Booker. Okay. So they have, no Booker. Okay. So I'm not saying this makes it a slam dunk, obviously, but the Knicks have a good shot to beat Phoenix on Monday. They have a good shot to do that, to beat Phoenix on Monday. Okay. They have a good shot to do it. And so, yeah, I like the shot. You can't. Yeah, I'm mad. Yeah, I'm mad. And you come with some more trolling. Listen, I'm gonna fix you right now. Okay, I'm gonna fix you. I'm gonna fix you today. Yeah, I'm not. When I'm not in the mood, don't play with me. I'm not in the mood for that today. I'm just telling you right now. I'm not in the mood for that today. All right. So don't. And I warned you. I warned you. I tried to help you out, but you refused. You became a stiff-necked Hebrew, and you got what stiff-necked Hebrews get. Okay, so we move forward. So, number one, Mitch Rob brought the energy. Now, let's talk about Julius Randle. Okay? And I was saying to y'all, and I've been pretty consistent now. Some of y'all like to bring up the fact that I wanted him to be traded as if that was my last statement, but that's not true. I said, if Randle comes correct up here, then this can be really good. If y'all remember, if Randle comes correct up here, then this can be really good. And then Randle has done that. Now, the difference tonight, if you all notice, did y'all notice the difference from Randle tonight than from Randle Thursday night? Is he put more effort on the defensive end of the floor. Did y'all notice that? He put more effort on the defensive end of the floor tonight than he did from Thursday night. He really did. I don't know if it was that extra day rest that they all got, but they just seemed to be a general increase in energy from the team tonight, a general increase in energy. So that was the big difference to me. The two big differences was Randle continuing to play all-star level, all NBA level basketball for the New York Knicks, and Mitch Rob bringing the energy that was missing from Thursday night. Okay. And let me also say this, brethren, and this is just my own thing it's my problem. So I just want to say, okay, I don't accept any rumor as worthy of conversation unless it comes from the three wise men. And y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Shams, Wojnarowski, or Ian Begley. Any other rumor to me is a design to create false narratives and conversations. And what happens with false narratives is some Knicks fan will take that false narrative as if it came from the mouth of a front office person and try to criticize the Knicks for it. And that's what I don't like. So like when I see especially there's certain outlets that have lost me because of the false information they put out. Okay. Multiple false alerts they put out. NBA Central is one of them. I don't care what they have to say about anything. It's like they throw stuff at the wall and hope it sticks. And then that heavy.com. I don't even click on anything they put out. I don't click on it. I see it's clickbait. Okay, I don't care. Somebody said, well, this writer put it out and he used to work for Forbes. Forbes is full of crap also. That whole capitalist 2 thing, that's full of BS also, in case you want to know. See, you don't just get caught up in a title, as if it means something. If you're a Knicks fan, you've been through this for a minute, right? If you've been around a minute, you know what I'm saying? So this rumor that was latest put out, I won't even discuss it. It's not worth the effort to discuss it. And quite frankly, the thought that went through my mind when I saw it on Twitter was, it wasn't even worth the few seconds it took me to read it. It wasn't even worth that. Okay, it wasn't. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. So Let's continue. So to me, the two main pieces was Randle and Mitch Rob. Randle putting more effort on the defensive end of the floor today than he did on Thursday. Having, and like I said, it looked to me that he was saving his energy. He was saving his energy for the offensive end on Thursday. He was saving his energy for the offensive end on Thursday. And then tonight, though, he brought more energy on both sides of the basketball to me tonight. Now, as far as IQ, since he's been starting, and he brought this up, I didn't say this, but he said he's been putting up stats, but they haven't been winning. So he's not happy with the end result. And I like that he said that. But really and truly, he's been very consistent. Since he's been starting, I think we can all agree, he's been very consistent, man. And so we lost Jalen Brunson's 20 points a game, but we got it back with IQ's 20 points a game, right? So we didn't really lose a whole lot right there because the only problem with missing Brunson to me is that 20-point guy coming off the bench in Emmanuel Quickley, right? So that's what we're missing that because you're missing Brunson. So if you put Brunson now back as the starter when he's healthy and you bring Quick back off the bench, you bring a 20-point scorer replacing 20-point scorer. Well, see, so now we just got one of them. But Quick has been consistent since he's been a Knicks starter. And let me tell you something, man. I've been telling y'all, the guy is an NBA starter. And that's going to be the problem that we have. And I told you that. Quickley is an NBA level starter. Don't tell me he can't start for the Houston Rockets right now, or the Washington Wizards, or the Miami Heat right now. Don't tell me he can't replace D'Lo over there in Minnesota right now. He could. Okay, he could. So that's the problem we're going to have with Emmanuel Quickley. He's already shown. See, he's putting up starters numbers. Okay, he's putting up starters numbers right now. Okay, so right, and I'm agreeing with who said that? Iman Bakat. I'm agreeing with that. You gotta offer him a deal now. As soon as he's eligible, get that extension signed. Russell Reed, thanks for the $10. Hey, Rob, blessings to 2023 and beyond. Grimes could devote more energy to offense as he's more support on D night. That's right, and he did. He's playing in front of his mom, though. And that's why he was trying to score when the game was out of reach because his mom, and I said, that's cool because his mom is in the stands. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got it. I said, I caught it, man. It's all good. But speaking of Grimes, the energy level was back. It was gone. You could see he lost energy Thursday night. Shooting 1 out of 10 isn't just about bad shooting, it's about the energy. He did not have the energy Thursday night against the Spurs. He was conserving his energy for the defense. Tonight, he was playing both sides of the basketball, and you can see it. He's playing both sides of the ball tonight, okay, and you can see that. Deuce shot the ball horribly tonight. He did. But defensively, did you see how many deflections he had? He must have had like 4 deflections. He put the lockdown on Jalen Green, okay? And I told y'all, and think y'all can see it for yourself, Jabari Smith is going to be a player. Tari Eason is going to be a player. And I told you, Kevin Porter Jr. is a player. He could play basketball. It's just that he has had off-court issues and locker room issues that have caused him to have a little problem. But I think, and I forgot that what's that dude's name? They got a guy in Houston on the coaching staff that used to be the head coach in Houston. And back in the day, he was a really good player too. He played for University of Maryland and he played tennis. He was All-American in tennis and basketball. I forgot his name. But he got into drug issues. John Lucas, right? He got into drug issues while he was playing and drugs really plagued him, during his career, but he overcame that and he became like a counselor. And now he seems to have a talent for reaching players that may have off-court issues. He has a talent for it. Okay. He was helping with Dennis Rodman when he was on the Spurs, when he was helping with the Spurs, he was coaching Spurs. He just has a talent for counseling, man. This is a natural gift. Maybe that's why he had to go through what he went through, with the drug, because he has a gift for counseling. And since Kevin Porter Jr. has come to Houston, he's been a model citizen. And now he can concentrate on his basketball, and this cat could play. This cat, Delali, welcome. Russell Reed, welcome. Charico Indian, Father Peace, Russell Reed, all welcome to the chat. All your organic, my brother Castillo, welcome. Core Mega, I'm missing some of y'all. Cash Out James, welcome to some of y'all. I missed Peace G's, welcome to you. MBIC, the insurance guy, welcome to you. All of you, my Amana Prakash, my brother, Mr. Gaming, King Ribby, RM, welcome to you, and everybody else. If I miss y'all, I'm sorry, but try to catch all of y'all. Worldwide Knicks 1, welcome to you. Dre Hoops, welcome to you. Dre Hoops, talk above the rim, welcome to you. Matthew Willard, welcome to you. Thank you, my brother, for the love. All good. So Grimes, the Grimes, Deuce, Mitchell Robinson trio continues to be positive. It continues to be effective. Now, like I said, I don't expect those guys to be starters going forward, but I would hope, and I think I'm right, I would hope that they get 20 minutes. I don't want to see Deuce going back to 6-minute games and 9-minute games. You know, I want to see that trio. Even against the Spurs, they were all positive in the plus minus. And again tonight, Grimes is plus 10, Deuce is plus 17, Mitch Roberts plus 24. That crew is consistently plus on the plus minus. Okay, it's consistent. So I'd like to see them more, because I think that's going to be, Grimes is definitely the starter. And you know, we were saying that from the summer. You know, Grimes was probably going to be the starter. Then his foot was hurting. Y'all know the story. But I thought he would be the starter all along. I think, and it wasn't because I didn't think he earned it, but I thought that Tibbs favored him, and I had no problem with that he's going to be a starter. So it's good that he's a starter. He's solid, obviously, defensively. He is a really good playmaker. Y'all agree? I think he's a really good playmaker. And obviously, the boy's a shooter. You know, he's got to me, he's got Allen Houston 2.0 written all over him. So, Deuce it's a confidence thing with Deuce. You see, in the league, if you're not, if you just coming in like Deuce and you get your confidence knocked down, it's going to be a minute. But Tom keeps putting him out there. Tonight, Deuce played 35 minutes. Okay, Deuce played 35 minutes tonight. Okay, so I'm glad Tom shows he get up in his behind a couple of times, but Deuce know how to handle that. Coming from Higgins, if you don't know anything about Higgins, that was his college coach. That dude was rough like Tibbs. So Deuce is used to that. So, and then D Rose is mentoring Deuce. So it works out. But I'm not worried about Deuce's shot. I'm as frustrated as all of y'all that he's missing shots. I'm just hitting the floor, but I also know it's all right. He's going to be okay. I shouldn't, and I'm telling you, don't worry about Deuce. He's going to be okay. The key thing for Deuce is he needs to consistently get 20-plus minutes a game. When you see him do that, consistently getting 20-plus minutes, that was the beginning. He was getting that during the 8-game winning streak, and then all of a sudden it went down at the end of that streak, went down to 13, then 9, then 6. That was on Thibodeau. He can't do that. He's got to keep Deuce McBride in that 20-minute rotation. Okay. And then Deuce, of course, has got to shoot that basketball and not worry about if it goes in or not. He just got to shoot it. Okay. And that's, hey, listen, did not Quick go through a slump earlier? Didn't Quick do that? Didn't RJ go through a slump? Has not Julius already gone through a slump before this tear that he's on? It happens to everybody, y'all. It happens to everybody. Okay. So don't worry about that. Deuce is going to be fine. Okay. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Sims. Now tonight, I would like to say Tom went to a 9-man rotation, but he really didn't. He went to an 8-man rotation. And the reason it wasn't 9 is because he played Jericho Sims only 9 minutes. Okay. Now, I'm not blaming Tom Thibodeau, but I'm just saying he was 1 minute away from really having a legit 9-man rotation today. But in his 9 minutes, Jericho had 7 boards. That's really good production. That's good production. Okay. That's good production. So he had 7 boards in 9 minutes. That's really good. Like I said, this was Houston. I don't really care who it was. It's the NBA, and I'm glad the Knicks got this win to get off that 5-game slide. And like I said, it's like a shooter that needs to see that ball go in, and then he feels more confident. As a matter of fact, did you see when Deuce finally did hit the 3? You could just see the confidence come on him. After that, he got to the free throw line and hit 2. So sometimes a shooter just needs to see that ball go through the hole and get that rhythm feeling, and then they back. It's the same with a team. The team needs to get that win, to get off the snide. When they get that win and break that mini curse, then they can go forward. Nothing but Knicks. My man said, "What's up?" That's right. We need to get this win. So I'm glad that they got it. And so now, they're probably, I'm guessing, but I would guess they're on a flight tonight to head back to New York, and they'll probably be with their family tomorrow, get a day's rest. They got a 3:00 game. On Monday against, they usually play on certain games the Knicks play. They play on New Year's. They play on Martin Luther King. They usually play a Saturday matinee as well. And Saturday matinee is never a good game for the Knicks. They don't like those. I don't know why. It's like Friday Night Knicks. They don't play well on Friday night and at home, and they don't play that good on Saturday matinees. But they usually play good on Martin Luther King. They usually do. And I can't remember what their record is on New Year's. I don't. But coming into the new year above 500 for the first time in 10 years is really a big deal. That's a big deal. That shows progress as an organization to me. See, this is the thing, y'all. I was telling somebody this, I think it was yesterday. There are such a thing as an excuse, and then there's such a thing as a reason. Okay. A reason is something legitimate. An excuse is not legitimate. And if I'm giving you a reason that's including losing 2 of your starters and playing guys on the bench in excess of 40 minutes and 35 minutes, and they're not used to it, that's not an excuse. Now, the players wouldn't say that, but as an observer, we can say that it's a reason. You understand? That's a reason. Now, the problem, unfortunately, is some in New York Knicks Nation cannot reason. Cannot reason when it comes to New York Knicks. Okay, cannot reason. That's unfortunately. We getting spammed by all kind of. We're getting spammed from all kind of fools today. They're going. Okay, so we're getting trolls. I forgot. It's New Year's Eve, right? That's what it is. Why are we getting all these fools tonight? Oh yes, it's New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, all of you. Happy New Year. Again, let me just put this out. Please be safe tonight. Be careful on the roads. If you're going to drive somewhere, please don't drink and drive, and be careful. Drive defensively, because unfortunately, no matter how many fatalities happen, there's going to be a bunch of people that get behind wheels of cars tonight that should not be doing it, and they're going to cause problems. So be very careful out there tonight, okay? Again, double blessings on the first responders and the people that work in the emergency rooms today. They're going to be busy. Hopefully they save people's lives today, because it's going to be like that. So please be careful. Pray for you and your families that you're safe. But yes, good win for the Knicks. They end the trip. I wanted them to end the trip 2-1. I told y'all that. But they end the trip 1-2. We'll take it. We'll take it. So let's go into the new year 19-18. Yeah, so let's go into New Year 19-18. So I am thinking RJ will be out Monday. The laceration seemed to be deeper than it first thought, right? So that needs time to heal. So I'm thinking he'll be out Monday. I'm hoping Brunson will be back Monday. So what do y'all think? Do you think, it doesn't really matter, but would Tom start IQ with Grimes, or will he start Deuce and Brunson and Grimes? I don't know what he's going to do. 2189, my man. Thanks. Happy New Year, brethren. Thanks for the $2. Yeah, Uber, Lyft, Grimes. Is that what you're doing tonight? Please be careful out there, my brother. Be careful out there. Make your money. It's there to be made tonight, but be careful out there. Hopefully nobody throws up in your car. Nobody throws up in your ride tonight. You're going to get some silly people out there acting a fool. Hopefully nobody throws up in your ride, and you make your money today. Make your money, brother. Okay. So Yeah, Richard Williams, I can see that. He probably will start. The reason I brought up Deuce, though, is, Tom is very, he's trusting Deuce on defense. And so maybe he puts Deuce out there for the defensive effort. But to me, I would think he probably starts IQ. So you're probably looking at Brunson, Emmanuel Quickley, and Grimes. I'm thinking you're probably looking at that. And you're probably bringing Deuce off the bench, in that role behind one of those guys, probably behind IQ. Okay. It depends on how Brunson is feeling. I'm really hoping that Brunson's hip injury is not more serious than first thought. I'm hoping that it's just a sprain, or he just got beat up and he needs time to heal. And maybe he's healing not only his hip, but his foot, his ankle, his left arm, the whole nine. He was getting beat up. Did y'all see, by the way, thinking of getting beat up, did you see my man, Mitch Rob? Man, he was getting beat up today. Did y'all catch that? He was getting beat up today. Got elbowed in his throat, took a spill in the only part of the support that don't have padding. He hits it. Mitch Rob was really, he was toughing it out today. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah, I'm glad Mitch. Some of y'all talking about Mitch Rob injury prone. You're seeing a toughness in Mitch Rob that I always kind of knew was there, but he's filling into his body, and he's looking much stronger. And like I said, when Mitch Rob brings energy, the Knicks are really good when he brings energy. Yeah. Mitch Rob was taking some shots today. He really was. He was taking some shots. The throat shot that he got, the elbow, the shot against the basket support, and some others. Those were the other ones. He was getting smacked around today, and he was still there, and he was still doing work. So. I would hope Malik Shabbat, my brother, I would hope they would start Sims if Mitch Rob is hurt. But the thing about the whole thing anyway, if Mitch Rob is hurt, Sims would get increased minutes. He would get increased minutes, because they would need him. So even if he didn't start, he would get increased minutes. I don't like Hartenstein's game at all. Hartenstein's really losing me. That whole slow-footed, no defense. Ugh. And that whole, he's not even a really good stretch five. He really not. So, hey, entertainment, Happy New Year to you. Thank you, my brother. So, he's really not even that. I don't know. But Happy New Year. CW5, thanks for the $5 super chat. Happy New Year. Raw, by the way, where is Ty Hive? Wait. Okay. You know what who he looks like to me, and maybe it's just me. Y'all ever see The Wire? There's a character on The Wire that Ty reminds me of. And I ain't going to say who it is because I want to see if any of y'all think, yeah, I thought it was just me. But Gilbert, you said it. I thought it was just me. He's a male version of Snoop. I was like, this dude looked like Snoop, man. I was like, dang, he looked like Snoop. But he's a male version, so I don't want to say, I'm not saying he looked like a girl. I'm just saying, because it's not really a function of Ty looking like a girl, more as it's a function of Snoop looking like a dude, right? It's not like Ty looks like a girl, but Snoop is like a dude, right? She is Alphabet Soup, right? But I'm just saying she is Alphabet Soup, right? So I'm just saying. So she more like, she more like Butch in this thing. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw Ty, I said, Ty looked like Snoop, man. Ty looked like Snoop. I was like, dang. He even walk a little bit like Snoop. When he walked, I was like, when he went to the foul line, I was like, dang, he even walked like Snoop. Yo, I'm glad we didn't draft him. I hate to be seeing Snoop every night. Oh my gosh. I'm just saying, Snoop is Alphabet Soup. Straight Alphabet Soup gangster. That's Snoop, but whatever. I'm just saying. But he did. I'm glad some of y'all caught it too. That's why I didn't say it. I was like, who does he look like from The Wire? And y'all caught it. Y'all said it. I didn't know anyone. So I was like, I feel good because I wasn't the only one that said that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call him from now on. His name is Ty Snoop. Ty Snoop Dogg from H-Town. Ty Snoop Dogg from H-Town. My man, I hope he does good. I'm glad we didn't draft him, though. Some people, I don't know who it was, But some people was going crazy. We need to draft Ty. He was on the. They had him on. That's why I'm saying you can't take some of these platforms seriously, y'all. There's a lot of platforms that had us drafting Ty this year. Did y'all see that? Did you? They had us drafting Ty. Am I lying? They had us drafting Ty at 8. The Knicks need a point guard. And they gotta get Ty. I was like, what y'all smoking, man? Yeah. If you see Snoop dressed like a woman, you would be like, dang. Now you think that she was a cross-dresser. Now that's weird. Now she's a woman. She's legit DNA female. But if you seen her dressing like a woman, that would look weird, wouldn't it? That would look weird. That would look weird. That would look weird. Yeah, right, Guilford. See, Guilford, you on my wavelength, man. The year before, we just had to draft Sharif Cooper. Sharif Cooper was the real deal. We just had to draft Sharif Cooper. Now, I might draft this. No, let me not say that. But I'm just saying, his sister though. I'm just saying, his sister though. Old man like me, she pump up my heart. Sister like that. Oh my God. What's her name? Tia? Oh my God. But anyway, there was dudes out there talking about, you got to draft Sharif. We got to get Sharif. You don't know Sharif. And I was like, I don't know if Sharif's an NBA player. I told y'all that. I know, but daggone. My wife know I ain't going nowhere, but I ain't going to front. Tia. Is her name Tia? I think it's Tia, right? Tia Cooper? Dang! Talk about some sweet oatmeal on the thick side. My gosh. You could have drafted her. Had her with Monica, right? Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. I ain't gonna front it. Tall. But anyway, Sharif, no. Ty, no. Now, you know what? Diamond. Tag Diamond. You hit the nail on the head. Diamond, I don't know if anybody else did anybody else catch what that brother just did anybody else catch what he just said? Young Thelma, right? Young Thelma, right, Diamond? Young Thelma. That's really, right? Young Thelma. That's Tia. She's the reincarnation of Young Thelma. Oh my gosh, you hit the nail on the head right there. Most people won't even catch that one. That was brother, that was good. That was good. Young brother, that was good. Now I got the daggone fog in front of me. Brother, that was good. Young, that's right. Whew, man. Thelma. What's what? Maybe because I came close. Oh, there it is. What's up with this camera? Shoot. All right. So yeah, Diamond hit that nail on the head. That's what Tia is. Reincarnation of Young Thelma, daggone. Whew. Anyway. Yeah, it's my I got a real camera up there. It ain't one of them fancy ones, but I got one up there. But yeah, so I'm glad we didn't draft Ty. Turn the fan out. I'm all good. Turn the fan out. I'm all good, man. Oh, you met? Wait, at VSU? My daughter went to VSU. My daughter and my son-in-law, they met at VSU. Virginia State. Cash out. She was there? Yeah. Oh, yeah? My daughter and my son-in-law, they met at VSU. They both went there. Dirty old man. That's right. I'm a dirty old man, daggone it. That's right. I'm proud of it. Oh, yeah. My daughter and my daughter's husband, they met at VSU and they got married 3.5 years ago. Yeah, 3.5 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. I would have said they don't make them like Thelma no more, except we know that Tia Cooper exists. So they do, apparently. That factory ain't closed up because they got Tia Cooper here now. So shoot, they're going. Alan Hahn did do well tonight. Was that him? Was it him with Mike Bream tonight? Was Alan Hahn? I gotta say, the Alan Hahn, Mike Bream, if I gotta miss Clyde, they were pretty good today. I do like that, Did you see Jeff Van Gundy was in the stands all by himself? Did you see that? Jeff Van Gundy was in the stands all by himself today. I don't know what was up with that. But I know that my man Grimes was playing ball in front of his mom's today. His mom Deuce was there, and he was putting on the show for her, man. I like that. And my man Grimes doing his thing, man. My man Grimes. Yeah, that's right. I think when he went and got hired, they paid him something like, God, like 17 million or something when he first came down to Houston. And he just decided to stay there. Yeah, he decided to stay there. But Han did well with Mike Breen. They were good tonight. I like the Knicks announcers in general are very good. They are. Some of them crew inside the office, aside from our girl, some of them other crew would leave something to be desired. I don't know. And it's amazing. Wally Zerbiak actually played ball, and he played at an all-star level. But I'd be like, what is this guy watching? Sometimes. And then the other guy, Pito, love Pito. He's all New York, but Dad, whatever. But Alan Hahn, former Newsday guy, Long Island guy, and Mike Breen, they bring it. Real New York guys. I like them guys, both of them. He said Monica's one of my wives. I don't think, in this culture, I don't think Monica would handle, some dude having another sister. She said, you got to have one bowl of oatmeal. That's it. You can't have 2 bowls of oatmeal. You got to have one bowl of oatmeal. Otherwise, you just got to give up the oatmeal. That's the way she's going to go with it. That's how she's going to do it. Yeah, he does look like George Costanza, except Pito got more hair than Costanza. Except Pito got more hair than Costanza, man. Shoot. Yeah. No, Monica wouldn't play that. Monica got, yeah. Anyway, yeah, she's enough to handle. She's enough to handle. Anyway, she's enough to handle. But Phoenix, let's talk about Phoenix. So Phoenix is missing Devin Booker. They have lost. They are 4-10, 4-6 in their last 10. Hang on, let me get their record up here. Phoenix. Let me get their record. So Phoenix in their last game, they lost to the Raptors 113-104. Gary Trent went off on them. Let me see. Phoenix starts Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, Josh Okogie, Miles Bridges, Torrey Craig. They did go 10 deep on their bench. Dario Saric got some minutes. He's the Phoenix version of Evan Fournier. And then they had, they went 9 deep. They lost to Toronto. Ayton had 4 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Oh, I'm really looking forward. I am really looking forward to Mitch Robb against Ayton. I am really looking forward to that. Mitch Robb against Ayton. I am looking forward to that. I want to see that. I'm all in that. I want to see it. Mitch Robb, Ayton, let's bring it. All of this, we need to trade Mitch. We shouldn't pay him $60 million. He ain't worth that money. I would only pay him $40 million. I wouldn't pay him $30 million. And all this, we need Ayton at $100, $200 million, whatever he's making. And I said, I'll take Mitch Robb. Mitch Robb heard these things. I want to see Mitch Robb on the floor against Ayton. And I'd like to I hope the refs let them play. I want to see this. I'm looking forward to this. This time, the last year when we played Phoenix, we were starting Evan Fournier. This year, we're starting a young man named Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes is starting against Phoenix this year. Jalen Brunson's used to playing Phoenix, playing Dallas. Phoenix don't really want to see Brunson, and y'all know why they don't want to see Brunson. What did Brunson do in the playoffs against Phoenix last year? Do y'all remember that? Please, I hope he's healthy. I hope Jalen Brunson is healthy against Phoenix. This is going to be very interesting. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to big predictions, but I like our chances. I will say that I like our chances against Phoenix on Monday at 3:00. I like our chances. And so I like what we got. Mitch Robb, we got Jalen. We're starting Quentin Grimes. I like our chances. Healthy Quentin Grimes, healthy Mitchell Robinson, hopefully a healthy Brunson. I like our chances against Phoenix. I like our chances. Having rested a day, I like our chances. I do, brethren. Like our chances against Phoenix. Somebody asked the question. I didn't see the question. Somebody asked a question. Who was it? Richard Williams. Sorry. No, that wasn't. Somebody asked a question. Who asked the question? Oh, question. Matthew Willard. How much input Tibbs has in GM coach? No, I don't. This is what happens. And this is not. See, some people think that the Knicks are different than every other team because they want to hate on them. But the Knicks are very much like a lot of NBA teams. So let's in NBA, the management will inform the coach of what they're thinking about doing. They will get input from the coach. It will not make the management change their final decision. For example, last year, management informed Tibbs they were going to trade for Cam Reddish. Tibbs was not into that trade. It did not stop the management from trading Cam Reddish. See? Then the year before that, they told Tibbs, we're going to get D Rose. Of course, Tibbs is like, yes, please get Derrick Rose. And they got Derrick Rose. So they will go and they will talk to Tibbs about a move that they're thinking about making. They will get his input. It doesn't mean they're going to make their final decision based on what Tibbs says. Okay? But he will have input. Sometimes, if it's legit, they think it's legit, they'll do it. But the final decision is in Leon Rose's hands. That's the final decision. Okay? H Money 821, you weren't here, but I'm going to say this, for everybody else that's here, not just you, H Money, but all right. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you testing 1, 2, 3? Y'all can hear me? Ready? Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay. All right. Let me say this. NBA Central is full of crap. Heavy.com is full of crap. Myself, I don't like rumors, and I especially don't like wasting my energy talking about rumors that I know are full of crap. I don't like clickbait. I just don't. That's maybe because I'm an old man. I don't have the patience for clickbait because it creates a whole conversation. And this is what happens, brethren. This is what happens. People start to think that the narrative created by the clickbait actually came from the Knicks front office. Then, if it's a stupid trade concept, people will start criticizing the front office. Does that make sense to you? Yep. H Money, you follow me on that? So the clickbait creates a narrative that people start buying into as if it came from the front office, and it never did. Okay? So if I'm hearing a rumor from Ian Begley, Shams, or Wojnarowski, because why do I say? Because these three guys have a track record of only putting out stuff less legit. Okay? They have a track record of putting out stuff. Whereas somebody like NBA Central and Heavy.com, they have a track record of throwing crap up against the wall to create clickbait and then hoping something sticks. I don't appreciate that. I don't think it's good journalism. That's just me. So that people are using, and you have to understand, brethren, when people are getting money for these things, like the guy that writes for Heavy.com is getting paid to do that. So what happens? He's in his office and his boss says, okay, what's your next article? He has to come up with something. So that's why he comes up with bullcrap clickbait. I am writing about this big trade between the Knicks and Indiana on Obi Toppin. Okay, great. You understand? But as a fan of the New York Knicks, I can understand, let homie do his job. If that's what he does to get paid, go do you. But as a fan, I don't have time to start talking about fantasy of bullcrap. And I certainly will not attribute that bullcrap to the Knicks front office. See, that's what causes negative feelings about our front office. You hear what I'm saying? Y'all following me on that? So that they'll put this crap out there, and then somebody will say the Knicks were in 3 months. Somebody will say the Knicks were getting ready to trade Obi Toppin. No, they weren't. But somebody put it out there, and then somebody grabbed it and said this is a factoid, and it's not. Okay, so that's why I don't even. When I first read it, I saw it as a tweet, and I thought I just wasted 2 seconds of my life reading that stuff that I shouldn't have even read. It wasn't even worth my time to read it. That's what. Okay, I feel like the Knicks are trying to get off of Evan Fournier's contract, and they're trying to package. To get off of that contract, they're trying to package Cam to get off of that contract. That's why you're not seeing Cam. Cam is not in anybody's doghouse. To me, Cam is the most valuable trade asset they have. And they're going to use him to try to get off of Fournier's next year guaranteed deal, because Fournier's deal is guaranteed for 1 more season. Okay, so they want to get off that $19 million. They got to pay him next year. So they'll try to. What I'm seeing is they're trying to package Cam to move Fournier. And knowing the Don, if you've been following him, you'll notice he's not trying to give up picks to do that. He wants to get picks for that. You see, so that's probably going to go down to the deadline. It may go down to the deadline, but I don't think that at this stage. In his 3rd season, the Knicks are looking to trade Obi Toppin, and I'll tell you why. It's too early. He's been making progress. He was Leon's first round pick as the president of basketball operations. Okay. And because of this injury, they don't have to worry about him asking for starter level money. Okay, because he's going to be eligible for his extension after next season. So they don't have to worry about him asking for starter level money right now. They could lock him up cheap. Okay, so they're going to keep Obi. I'll be surprised if they trade Obi Toppin. It'd have to be something that's really a game changer. Like you have to get a real game changer, and including Obi in that package as a young piece to get this game changer. I don't see them doing a game changer trade until the summer. Okay, I don't see it. And again, above the rim, let me also explain. I'm glad you asked that question. I don't look at who I want until we go to the late of the season and see who's out the playoffs, and then the summer and see who might be wanting to change teams, change uniforms. So, like I said, I look at every team. Like you got to look at every team's top player and say, okay, that's a possibility because you don't know. You understand? You don't know. So you got to see. Phoenix is not doing that deal, Pack-a-Punch. That's fantasy. Let me ask you all a question. Okay? Would you, if you were Phoenix's GM, would you trade Ben Mathurin for Obi Toppin? Would you do it? Would you, if you were Phoenix's GM, would you go to your owner and say, I'm trading Ben Mathurin for Obi Toppin? Are you going to do that? You'd be fired. And you should be. You'd be fired. Okay? You should be. You're not doing that trade. That's fantasy. Indiana's going to hang up the phone on you. You're talking about a future all-star in Mathurin, who's one of the leaders coming off the bench as a rookie. So you would not do that deal. You'd get fired. Tomorrow, you'd get fired. No. You don't do that. No. Mm-mm. And that's from Indiana's perspective. From the Knicks' perspective, I'm not trading Obi because I like Obi because he's a number 8 pick, because we got to develop him, because we can get him coming off the bench for the next 5 years, because now he's not going to ask for starting level money. So we can get him cheap. Yeah, I mean, come on. Let's not get stupid. So that's what I'm saying. People like to think of trades as if the Knicks are only side on this thing. You got to look at both sides. Don't get stupid. Come on. Anyway. And I heard somebody talk about they'd trade Halliburton. What, are you crazy? So you're going to trade Halliburton is probably going to be an all-star this year. So you're going to trade an all-star in his 2nd season. Are you crazy? Oh, come on. You got to be off your. You got to be crazy, man. You got to be sick. Something wrong with y'all. Oh my gosh, that is the epitome of delusional. Are you crazy? To even mention Halliburton in the trade, you got to be out of your skull. You really? So look, you're the Knicks, okay? You're the Knicks. Let's say you're the Knicks. You have an all-star point guard in his second year, and you're talking about trading him for a guy that comes off the bench on the other team. I mean, really, you have lost your mind. What's wrong with you? People don't think, stop the. I don't know what. Even NBA 2K probably wouldn't do that stupid trade. Anyway. I don't think they're going to trade Obi unless we can get a superstar as part of a package. So let's say Emmanuel Quickley his people were saying, we got a chance to start in X city. And I would like a trade. He would quietly request a trade. Okay. Let's say Emmanuel Quickley quietly, because that's how he would do it. He wouldn't make it loud. He would have his reps quietly request a trade over the summer because he wants to start. The Knicks would be looking to get serious value back for Emmanuel Quickley. And so if you're going to get that kind of value, you probably got to include Obi Toppin. That's the type of trade. So like if you're getting something like an all-star back, now you're talking. But I don't think it's right. I agree with you, Russell Reed. It's not going to happen unless quick. So that's what I'm saying. I would like to see the Knicks lock Quickley up as soon as they can. Offer him the 5-year deal. I would probably try to get him somewhere around 72 million. If I could, I'd do it right now. Right now, I would get him to 72 million right now. Try to get him 4 years, 72. I would do it because he's that good, and you're already seeing what he's like coming up, starting in place of Brunson. If I'm going for Obi, I'm gonna see how he plays in the second half of this season. But if let's say Obi just rocks in the second half of the season. Let's say he just comes off the bench rocking, right? The maximum I would offer him, honestly, is Mitch Robinson's deal. I would give him 60 million. I would say 4 years, 60. That's the maximum I would offer him. If he plays, it's okay, and he still has an upside. Remember, Obi's going to be 25. He's going to be 25 in March. Right? Oh, am I right? Obi's going to be 25. Let me just look at that. Obi's going to be 25 in March, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's going to be 25 in March. He ain't no spring chicken. I mean, he ain't no old dude, but I'm saying he ain't no spring chicken either. Let me just make sure. Let me look at this here. Obi, let me see. Obi Toppin is, yes, he's going to be 25 in March. He ain't no spring chicken. So it's not like this guy is, is $100 million right now because he ain't even playing right now. He's going to be 25 in March. He's 24. I just looked it up. Obi's 24 years old right now. In March, he's going to be 25. So I'm saying, that guy, Robert Williams III, that Boston re-signed 3 years, I think 39 million. I would give him something like that. That's if he's playing like he's, just 15, 20 minutes a game. He gets 7, 8 points a game. I'm going to give him 3 years, 39 million. D Nice, you're way ahead of yourself. You see, that's why I don't like to get ahead of myself. You're 2 years from even discussing Grimes' contract. So we don't even need to worry about Grimes right now. That's not even in the conversation. That's not a conversation we even need to discuss right now. Grimes is 2 years away. So we don't need to worry about that. See, that's what I'm saying. We don't need to worry about Grimes right now. No, I thought you said IQ. I'm not worried about IQ either. If IQ want to leave, then we're going to get a package for him. Okay? We're going to get something for him. Somebody got to give up something for IQ. If IQ leaves, you're talking about a sign and trade. You're talking about sign and trade. And I'm sorry, D977, I thought you was talking about Grimes. You're talking about IQ. I'm not trading IQ. I'm not trading IQ. So if he comes, IQ would have to come to our management team. He'd have to send his agent to Leon and say, my guy thinks he can start for, let's say, Miami. My guy thinks he can start in his hometown for the Wizards. He wants to trade. We're going to do this quietly. Then Leon would have to look at it. Okay. Then what would happen is the Knicks, this is the way this would work. This is how the NBA works. So IQ's reps would come to Leon and say, we think we can go to the Wizards and start, and we think our guy can get a nice contract over there. They're willing to give him $85 million over 4 years, and so we think we want to take that. So then Leon would have to negotiate and say, well, look, we can give him 72. We can give him 18 a year for 4 years. Will he take that? And if his guy says no, he wants to start, he won't start in front of Brunson, then the Knicks at that point, listen carefully, they would leak. Emmanuel Quickley asked for a trade. They would leak it because Leon could not proceed to trade him and then make it look like Leon just traded him. So he has to leak it and say, IQ asked for a trade because he wants to start for the Wizards. So then they would negotiate with the Wizards to see what they can do. Okay, that's how that would get done. If Emmanuel, I'm not 100% sold that Quick would do that, and I'm telling you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Quickley was drafted by the Knicks. The Knicks are on. I'm telling you, I'm looking at 40. I'm looking at 45 wins. I'm still telling you, 45 is in minimum. I'm still counting the Knicks as top 6 in the East this year. I am. And so he's going to be on a winning squad. They get to the playoffs. They're going to be better than they were 2 years ago for a lot of reasons. The Knicks are going to be better. If they get to this year's playoff, they're going to be better than they were 2 years ago. Now, the problem is who they faced in the first round. I want the Knicks to try to get the 5th seed if they can. And the reason I say that is because if they get the 6th seed, they might play the Nets in the first round. And I don't want to miss with the Nets in the first round. I just don't. They're really playing at a high level. Durant and the center they got, the kid Kessler, and of course, Irving, they're playing at a very high level right now. And so I wouldn't want to mess with them in the first round. I'd rather play the 4-5 game, the 4-5 spot, in the first round. I think they'd be better, So if we could get that, then the Knicks will be I think they'll be a better team this year in the playoffs than they were 2 years ago. Okay, I think they will. I don't want to mess with the Nets right now. They're playing at a high level. They just won 10 straight. They're playing at a high level with the guy, TJ Warren, who I always thought was going to make them a contender. I didn't know he was going to take so long to get back from his injury, but TJ Warren could play. And so you get him with Durant, with Kessler, with Irving. They are really, really good. Okay. Russell Reed, thanks for the $5. I know players' hearts change, but IQ uniquely loyal to New York. He wants to win here. That's true. And that's why I'm hoping New York Times, I wouldn't even discuss it. I would hang up the phone. I wouldn't even discuss that. There wouldn't even be a discussion for me. No. But he asked if I would trade Mitchell for Miles Turner. I would not. I would not do it. I would not even think about it. No. Y'all remember now, we locked Mitchell Robinson up for $60 million. Let me ask you a question. New York Times, let me ask you a question. Do you think Miles Turner is going to cost you $60 million? How much is Miles Turner going to cost you? How much is he going to cost you? Mitchell Robinson, we locked him up. He's $60 million. How much? Yeah, that's right. He's going to cost you at least double that, right? I mean, am I being crazy if I say that? He's going to cost you at least $120 million. Okay. And to me, he's not double Mitch Robinson. Okay. He's not. So I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. In fact, I'm trying to think of who I would trade Mitch Robinson for at the 5 spot. And there's really I would trade him for Joel Embiid. I would trade him for the Joker. I would do that. I wouldn't trade him for Ayton because Ayton ain't worth $200 million or $180 million, whatever he's getting. I would trade him for Joel Embiid. I would trade him for the Joker. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't trade him for Anthony Davis. I wouldn't trade him for Ambulance Anthony. To me, he's in the ER too much. That dude in the ER too much. Okay. Sims would be playing more minutes than Anthony Davis. Gobert, that's interesting, but that's the problem I have with Gobert is this. He's $200 million, and I think he's over 30. So I'm not doing that either. I got Mitchell Robinson at 24 right now for $60 million. So you got to give me some value, right? You see what I'm saying? No, I'm not trading for Steve Adams. You got to give me some value. You got to give me some value that's going to get me to the finals. So let me ask you this. If it was the case, I'm just doing fantasy for y'all now. Okay. If they traded Mitchell Robinson for Joel Embiid straight up, right? Just using that as a fantasy. If they traded Mitchell Robinson for Joel Embiid straight up, Philly got Mitch Rob and we got Joel Embiid. Are the Knicks better? Are they better? Are they better? Are they a better team? Yes. Can the Knicks reach the Eastern Conference Finals? Just those two. Just switch those two out. Yes, they can. See, that's why I'm looking at that. If you're going to trade a guy that you drafted, you developed, and you got him at a steal at $60 million, you got him at a steal in the second round. If you're going to trade him, I want a guy that's getting me to the finals. Okay. I don't want a guy that I got to pay twice the money for, and he may not play, or he may not get us to the playoffs or whatever. I need a guy, if I want to trade Mitch Rob, give me a guy that gets me to the finals. Yes, I'd trade him for Bam. I would. Bam out of Bayou, I'm very impressed with him. He's one of my dudes. I love Bam. I love him. So, yes, I would trade him for Bam. I would do it. Bam would get me there. Okay, he would get me there. But I wouldn't do it because only reason I wouldn't do it is because I think it's 1-to-1. Bam is a better all-around player than Mitch Rob is. But yeah, I would trade him for Bam. But that would be a slight below, obviously, Joker and Embiid. But if you're going to ask me now, I would trade him for Embiid and Joker. There'll be no question. Because with those two dudes, any of those dudes, I'm going to the finals now. There's no question. So like this. If we'd have traded Grimes and RJ with, I think what they talking about, Grimes, RJ, and Fournier. If we'd have traded Grimes, RJ, and Fournier for Donovan Mitchell, are we going to the Eastern Conference Finals? Listen to it. Are we going to the Eastern Conference Finals if we traded Grimes, RJ, and Fournier for Donovan Mitchell? Are we going to the Eastern Conference Finals? Can you guarantee that we're hell no? That's right. We may not even sniff the playoff. That's what I'm saying. That's why that shouldn't have been done. And they didn't do it. See? That's why they didn't do it. See? And how many people were talking about they wouldn't give up Quentin Grimes for an all-star? Remember how many people were saying that? It was all over ESPN. It was all over NBA radio. Why wouldn't they who is Quentin Grimes? Why would they keep Quentin Grimes instead of Donovan Mitchell? Remember that? Now y'all can see though, right? You can see why they kept Grimes. I was saying no too, Dom. I was telling them no from July. No. Either one. See, Saucy has who I take and be the joke. The way I think Saucy, either them brothers gets my Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't care which one it is. I don't care which one. I don't care. I don't argue about who's better. I don't care. Both of those cats gets me to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'll take either one. Okay. Period. End of story. Give me any of those dudes. Come on to the Knicks. I will take either one. I have no problems. Either one. Seriously. Okay. The reason I don't care is aside from the fact that they both are really superstars. But the thing is that Embiid played in Philadelphia. So you also got to take into consideration where a guy is playing. You cannot tell me that playing in Denver is the same as playing in Philadelphia. If you think playing in Denver, Colorado is like playing in Philadelphia, you are crazy. Playing in Philly and New York is the two toughest places in the world to play basketball on the professional level. And Embiid handles it like a man. Okay? So you can't tell. I'm not saying Joker wouldn't be able to play in New York, but I'm saying I don't know. I know Embiid would handle y'all. Knicks Nation, he would handle y'all. Talk about, you think Julius Randle doing this was bad? Embiid would tell y'all to shut the F up all the time and then come out and get 30 and 20 boards. That's Embiid. Okay? That dude could play anywhere. Okay? So, yeah, I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I know the Joker can ball, but there's 100% difference than coming to MSG to visit and then leaving the next day and coming there 41 times a year. That's a big difference. With the New York press all in your face after every game, with the fans telling you to be traded and hating on you for a sprained knee. Look, there's nothing like playing in New York. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So give me either of them cats. Either. Give me either Joker or Embiid. I don't care. I'm taking either of them cats, and we're going to the final. That's the only guys, aside from Bam Adebayo, that I would really trade Mitchell Robinson for. There's nobody else in the NBA I would do it at the 5 spot. There's nobody else I would do that for. Okay, I wouldn't do it for Miles Turner. Hell no. I'm not doing it for Anthony Ambulance Davis. Hell no. I'm not doing that. No. Okay, I'm not doing it. Them guys are not making me go to the Eastern Conference Final. I drafted and developed Mitchell Robinson. He's my guy. Okay, we drafted and developed him. He's my guy. Okay. Well, the DeJounte Murray was never really an option. Murray and Trae Young had already planned to play together. It was like LeBron was never really an option for the Knicks because he and Wade and Bosh had already decided he was going to go to Miami. So everything else was fantasy. Okay. So that wasn't really going to be a trade. Okay. That wasn't going to be a trade. Now, my best guy that's the availability problem is KP. If I could get K, I would like KP. Hey, listen, do y'all notice that they changed the lineup in Washington, right? They got KP starting at the 4 next to Gafford, right? They got KP starting at the 4 next to Gafford. And they're balling. They don't won 4 straight. They got KP starting at the 4 next to Gafford. No, I wouldn't trade Mitch for. I would like Mitch to play beside Porzingis. I would trade Julius Randle. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but I would trade Julius Randle, and I would have KP next to Mitchell Robinson with RJ Barrett. Right now, they just won 4 straight. I would do it. I would trade Randle for KP. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but I would do that. I would do it. I would do it. I would do it. I would do that. And I'd have very good backup in Obi Toppin. I'd have Obi Toppin as my backup 4 coming off my bench for $39 million over 3 years. I would do that. Yes. I would do that. I would do it. I love Julius. He's all NBA. He's going to be an all-star. But let me tell you something else. So is KP. He's going to be an all-star. Okay? But and you know what? If y'all think I'm crazy, I ain't going to argue with you. You can say, OG, you out of your mind. Okay, yeah. All right. Hey, I'll receive that. I won't argue with you. I'm not going to argue. This is just OG, my own experience, from what I've seen, from what I know about ball. I would take KP in a hot minute for Julius Randle. Straight up. And that would be a straight up trade. Straight up trade. I can understand germ warfare. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just telling you, if we had KP and he can give us 65 games in the regular season and the playoffs, 65, the Knicks would be top 5 in the East for sure. Maybe top 4. When you're starting him next to Mitchell Robinson and you have RJ Barrett on the other side and you got Grimes at the 2 and Jalen Brown. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Man, I would do it. I would. Oh, for Cat? That would be a little bit tougher. And the reason it's tougher is because Cat is more skilled than Julius. And that's saying something because Julius is skilled. But I have to be honest with you. This is just my opinion. And so, I don't have no stats to back it up. I'm just going to tell you what I think. I think Cat is too soft. That's all I'm saying. I think Karl Anthony Towns is a very skilled, soft big man. That's all I'm saying. And Julius Randle, for all of his knuckleheadedness, the dude is a brute. He ain't soft, right? I mean, he ain't soft. He can get mental sometimes. He can. But the dude is a brute. You can never call Julius Randle soft. Cat, especially come playoff time, Cat turns into a pillow. That's all I'm saying. I hear you, Saucy. I can't argue with y'all. You know what? You could think of legit reasons to say no to KP. That's absolutely true. injury prone. You could tell me anything you want, how his history was when he left the last time with his crazy brother. But what I'm seeing now is a more mature businessman, a more mature man, and a guy that's playing within himself and not getting hurt like he was in previous years. And so that's all I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. If we had Cat, this is what Cat would do. Cat would put up Julius style numbers for New York, and then he would disappear in the playoffs. That's what would happen with Cat. Cat would put Julius style numbers and disappear in the playoffs. No, when it comes to Cat, yes, that money is bad. If you're talking about KP, the money is pretty equal. KP right now has got an option year. He's on a player option this coming summer. And we know what guys do with player options is like this. If they think they can opt out and get a long-term deal, they'll do it. See, so KP is 27, I think now. So it'd be perfect, or 28. It'd be perfect time for him to opt out and get 120 million. He's worth 120 million to me. I'll pay him the 120 million and bring him here. Bring him here. Come on here. Start at the 4, right next to Mitchell Robinson. We'd have 7'4" with 3-point shooting range, high IQ next to Mitchell Robinson. I would do that. I'm telling you, I would do that. I would do that. Oh, yeah, Gobert, yeah. He's on the wrong side of 30, isn't he? Isn't he Gobert like over 30? Isn't he? Is he? Let me look. I think Gobert is on the wrong side of 30, if I'm not mistaken. I think he is. Let me see here. Rudy Gobert. Let's take a look at old Rudy. Let's take a look and see what we got with Rudy. Let's see. Yeah, Rudy's 30. He's 30 and he's getting 200 million. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Tell me what y'all think, but I think Minnesota paid too much to get him. I think Danny Ainge got the best of that deal. They gave up some players to get Rudy Gobert. And they gave up Vanderbilt, that dude Vanderbilt, and they gave up Malik. And I think Utah got the best of that deal. Plus the draft capital, they got the best of that deal. Yeah. So I don't think they got a good deal in Minnesota. And where's Minnesota in the standings right now? Anyway, let's take a look. Where are these cats at? Are they in the playoff contention at all in the West? Let me see. Where are they? Nope. They're at the 11th spot right now. So let me ask y'all, would y'all take Rudy Gobert for Mitchell Robinson right now? Would you do that? Would you take Rudy Gobert for Mitchell Robinson straight up right now? They're in the 11th place in the East. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it either for Sister Lee. I wouldn't do it either. No, hell no. Hell no. Oh, let me say this one more time. No. No, that's right, Senior. Next question. That's right. Next question. No. That's right. Ainge laughing all the way to the bank, except he ain't laughing on our account. We got Quentin Grimes, baby. We good to go. We good to go. But like I said, the only guy I would trade Randle straight up for next summer, I would kind of look at that KP thing. That's all I'm saying. I would look at that KP thing I'm just telling you, I would look at KP pretty close. What is Grimes' ceiling? Well, okay. David asked, what is Quentin Grimes' ceiling? Okay. When you're talking about ceiling, you're talking about possible, right? Because nobody knows where a guy could be. You understand what I'm saying, David? So we're talking real speculation with the ceiling. Because I see his ceiling as being Klay Thompson. I see that as his ceiling. All NBA defender, lockdown shooter. I see that's his ceiling. Will he reach that? I don't know. What I'm very confident in predicting about Quentin Grimes is he's Allen Houston 2.0. I'm confident that he could be Allen Houston 2.0. Very confident in that. Very confident in that. Okay. Very confident. If he was to exceed that, he'd be Klay Thompson. He'd be prime Klay Thompson. But and really you're talking about one of the 5 or 10 greatest shooters at the 2-guard spot in NBA history. It's Klay Thompson. Okay. So I'm just saying you're asking about his ceiling. No, he's already better than Landry Fields. Wait. Quentin Grimes is better than Landry Fields if he was shooting left-handed. If he decided to play the game left-handed, he'd be better than Larry Fields right now. So that's not even a question. No. Seriously, I can see him being, he could be Allen Houston 2.0. I'm very confident he'll reach that. But as far as above that, he could possibly be, Klay Thompson. He could get into that territory. I feel like he has that territory. Okay, he can get there. But will he get there? That's we don't know. We just really don't know. We don't know. Yeah, of course. You got to be confident like that, Russell Reed. You can't deny, brother getting paid like he is. That's for sure, right? He getting paid like he is. That's for sure. And he got the ring collection. Klay got 4. He got 4 rings. What you gonna say? He got 4 rings, right? I would take that. Yeah, Pudge, I agree with you. I think Grimes is already better defensively. Grimes really should be all NBA defense at the 2-guard spot. They have 3 different all NBA defensive teams. He should be on one of them. He's that good right now. So that's from now, second year. And so I can see Allen Houston 2.0, especially if he can get some playoff experience. If you can get Quentin some playoff experience, he's going to be at next year, Allen Houston 2.0. Whether he gets better than that, that's the question. And I don't know if he can or he can't. That's something I can't predict. But he has the talent to do it. He has the talent to get there. Okay. Now, the difference between him and Klay is a legit 6'7" with long arms. Quentin is 6'5". So Quentin's a little shorter, shorter arms, but the defensive footwork on Quentin Grimes is elite right now. He's elite. Okay. Yeah, IQ could definitely be Starks. In fact, I think IQ is already Starks. I think he really is. He's not getting consistent starter minutes like Starks was. But when Starks was the 6th man of the year, IQ's already there. I see. IQ's already there. I really think he is. I think he already is. So I can see, to me, IQ is, you got to remember, in New York, once a guy like Starks, okay, Starks comes into New York, he becomes 6th man of the year. They go to the finals. Of course, he had a poor finals performance, but I'm saying they got to the finals with him. He had big games in the playoffs. And so a guy like that in New York, like Starks, his legend starts to grow as the years go by, right? His legend grows as the years go by. So imagine what happens if Emmanuel Quickley keeps doing what he's doing. If they go to the playoffs, let's say they win more, his legend's going to grow too. So as far as talent, though, I remember Starks. To me, IQ is already John Starks. He's there right now. Deuce is Marcus Smart. That's Deuce's ceiling. Marcus Smart. Period. That's him. Deuce can be Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is actually bigger than Deuce. Marcus Smart is legit 6'4". Deuce is 6'1.5". Okay, so Deuce is a little smaller, but I think Marcus Smart is the ceiling for him, and I feel very confident. Again, I feel like he can hit it, but he's going to need more minutes. Marcus Smart was given starters minutes almost from the beginning of his career, and he was shooting horribly for the whole 4 or 5 years. If you look at Marcus Smart's first 4 years in the league, he was he was bad as a shooter, and he just kept shooting. He was terrible. But then about 2 or 3 years ago, I think it was the year of the COVID when they played in the bubble, all of a sudden, homie started knocking down threes, man. And since then, he's been a legit 3-point shooter with the all NBA defense. So, but Marcus Smart was a horrible shooter. I see a much better shooter in Deuce McBride down the road than Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart was a bad shooter. But and so Deuce is like Marcus in every other aspect. Really, he is. So, I think IQ is already at Starks level. I think he is. Y'all forget Starks was in the G League. Then it was called the D League. He was in the D League. He was even drafted. He was bagging groceries. I'm not lying to you. Look it up. Cut what out? Oh, wait. You want me to stop telling you facts? You need to go to another channel. Okay? You need to go look at another channel. I remember when Starks came in the league. He was bagging groceries in Oklahoma. That's the truth. And the Knicks gave him a chance. And he made the most of that chance. And he came off the bench shooting 3-pointers. And that's how he made his name. Okay? He went like 1 for 21 in the finals, though. IQ is there already. Yeah, CBA. That's what it was. Thank you. It was the CBA. He was in the CBA, man. Come on. That's what you see what I'm saying? The legend starts to grow, and you go, oh, he ain't no John Starks. Come on, man. Stop. I mean, Starks was really good for the Knicks, but come on, y'all acting like Starks was like all NBA or something. He made an all-star team once, but I expect Deuce is already there, and I expect Deuce to exceed John Starks. Deuce is going to be better than him. Deuce already there. Yes, I did have a good Shabbat. It was really good. I had a lot of fun today at Shabbat. It was good. Very good. Then I saw my father today, hung out with my dad. He was giving me, he busted my chops. Love my father. I was teasing him with new Spanish names. My wife taught me this name. What did she say? Bonchinoso. Bonchinoso. She taught me new Spanish where it means somebody that gossips. Bonchinoso or something like that. She laughs at me when I try to say it. So I was telling him, and I was calling my father Lambil. I said, Pop, you a Lambil. I said, you're a Lambil. I said, we made you food. You're going to eat all the food because you're a Lambil. I'm making Bonchinchero. Yeah, that's it. Something like that. That's right, brother. That's right. Bonchinchero. So I had a good day today with my dad. Had a good day. Had a good Bible study, had a good fellowship. The Knicks win. Hey, listen, you can't get much better day, right? And then, we're all good today. Knicks break their losing streak, beat Houston. It was a good day. Praise the Most High. Good day today. Okay. What my man say? Didn't even have to use my AK, right? It's never Ice Cube said, didn't even have to use my AK. I gotta say it was a good day. That's right. It was a good day today. It was a good day. So, yeah, but Monday, Knicks at the Garden. Yeah, today was a good day. That's right. Yeah, Castillo, Castillo, did I talk to you about DJing for the May thing? Did I talk to you about that yet? I got to talk to you about the May thing. Is Imani Bakash here? Imani, you still here? Because we know we're supposed to be getting together at his house next weekend. He's supposed to be getting together at his house next week. Yeah, I got to hit you up. We're supposed to be getting together at Bakash's house for the housewarming next weekend. Yeah, it was a good day. So it was a good day today. Praise the Most High. I'm very happy. Everything went well. A lot of people didn't have good days today. I just hope listen, I'm very serious. Please be safe tonight. If you're going out anywhere tonight, please be careful. Tonight's the night people be acting the fool, especially if you're in New York, but not just New York, in Miami, in Orlando, any big city, Philly, DC, they be acting the fool. So be very careful tonight. Please keep yourself safe, okay? Please keep yourself safe tonight. Be careful. If you're driving, please don't drink and drive. Have somebody that didn't drink drive, and drive defensively, because the fools are out tonight. They're going to drink. They're going to be drinking heavy, and they're going to be out there driving, okay? So be careful. Please be careful out there. Happy New Year. Happy Gregorian New Year to all of you, okay? 2023 in a few hours, not even a few hours, just like an hour or less. And please have a good night. Be safe, okay? Be safe out there. Enjoy yourself and be safe. Any more questions? If y'all got any more questions, if you don't, we're going to call it a night. But yes, New York Knicks against the Phoenix Suns. We're probably going to do a preview of the game. I want to see what their injury report looks like Monday, and then I'll probably do a preview of the game early, and then we'll watch the game at 3:00. Tobias Harris at 180 million. I think he's left. The thing is that this is my problem with Tobias Harris. He's a great second or third option. I'll say a great third option. But we kind of already have that at a cheaper price. So Tobias doesn't bring us to another level. You understand? That's the way I think about trades. I'm not just throwing a name out there that sounds good. I want to know, how is this player going to make us, the Knicks, a better team? If you trade Randle for Tobias Harris, you should be fired. Because Randle is better than Tobias Harris. He's better than Tobias. He just is. Tobias mentally is better. He's steady mentally. Tobias very mentally steady. But I'm not. And Tobias Harris is an NBA starter. So you cannot bring him to the Knicks and pay him. What is he getting? He's getting like $180 million. I'm not doing that to bring him off my bench. I'm not. No, you don't want to do that. Let me see here. Let me look at this up. How much is he getting? I'm going to look and see. What is he getting right now? What is Tobias Harris getting? I'm telling you, he's getting some big money, man. There's no doubt. He's getting $37 million this year. $37 million. No. He's not going to. Is he going to take me to the Eastern Conference Finals? Is Tobias Harris even, is he averaging, what is he averaging? Is he averaging 20 points a game? I mean, what is he doing? What is he, give me, what is his stats? Pull up his stats here. He's averaging 16 points. Yeah. Tobias Harris is a great third option. We have RJ Barrett. I'm not trading my 22-year-old third overall pick for this guy at $38 million. You understand? Why? That's why when they brought them, when Ian reported that, see, he was, I have to say, I love Ian Begley. But listen, again, let me just tell you, Scott Perry is the general manager. As the general manager, you must make calls all the time. You're always making calls. Most of them, 95% of them end up as nothing, but you have to make calls. So if the Knicks called and inquired about Tobias Harris, it doesn't mean they were serious. It doesn't mean they're going to make a move. They just inquired. You understand? And why? Well, if the Philadelphia 76ers were going to give me Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey, and I'm trading, if I'm trading, what am I trading? I'm trading, I don't know. I don't know who I would give up, but you're going to give me Tyrese Maxey with him? Okay, maybe. We could talk about something. But just because they made a phone call doesn't mean it was serious. They always make phone calls. Always. So Ian knows that. Maybe he needed to put something out there for his clicks. And so he made a call about Tobias Harris. But you can't take everything seriously, brother. It's just, when you think about it like that, who are we really going to replace for Tobias Harris? What is he going to do for my lineup to improve us? Okay. And Dr. O Loves to Hate, he brings up a good point. Look, so let me bring these two scenarios at you. So let's say we traded Tobias. He's starting somewhere. He's starting in RJ's place. So now you're going to trade Quentin Grimes or RJ. You're going to trade one of them. So let's say you traded Grimes, because if I'm Philly, that's who I want. So you're going to start RJ at the 2. You're going to start Tobias Harris at the 3. You're going to start Mitchell Robinson, and you're going to start Julius Randle. That make the Knicks an Eastern Conference Finals? Are the Knicks going to the Eastern Conference Finals with Jalen Brunson point guard? Are they going to the Eastern Conference Finals with that team? Are they doing that? You're starting now Julius Randle, Tobias Harris, Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, and Jalen Brunson. I'm not saying it's a bad team, but are they going to the Eastern Conference Finals? Is there a possibility they do it? I tell you what, there's no possibility. They're not going to do that. They'll be lucky to get in the top 8. Because Harris isn't that dude. He's a third option at best. High IQ guy, but he's not that dude. Okay. Now let's redo this. So now you start Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, and KP. How far can we go? And let's say KP stays healthy, just for the sake of argument, he stays healthy. How far can we go? You got KP, Mitch Rob, RJ, Grimes, and Brunson. You have Obi Toppin coming in. I think we go to this. I agree with the superstar. I think we go at least to the second round. We might even go farther than that, but we go at least to the second round. We know we could do that. Okay, which means they're top 6, top 4. I think they'd be closer to the top 4 myself. With a healthy KP, I think they would be. Okay, and so that's all I'm saying. I want to see whatever player you're talking about, what can they do for my team? Who am I giving up, and what can they do for my team that's going to cause us to go further than we would go without them? Tobias Harris does not marginally make any difference for the Knicks. And in fact, I think he's a bad investment if you're trading a young player like a Grimes or an RJ for him. No. Okay? That's not going to make any difference for us. Julius Randle's 28. He's in his prime. KP is 28. He's in his prime. They can switch. I think KP would be better for us, though. If you got to think from the other team's perspective, Cash Out James, what do they want? What do they want? You got to figure out if you were the if you were whoever GM of the Wizards or Miami, you're Pat Riley, you're trading Bam Adebayo. Okay, what do you want for him? You're going to want stuff. Picks plus. Okay, you want picks plus. Then you're the Knicks. You're saying, okay, what are we going to give for him, and what is he worth to us? See, and so all of those questions have to be asked before you actually make any deal, because you want to keep your team together. For example, the Knicks, let's say by some miracle, they would be able to get, I don't know, Anthony Edwards. Let's say we'd be able to get Anthony Edwards. Okay, Minnesota's obviously going to be asking for the world for Anthony Edwards. They're going to be asking for the world for him. Okay, so you're going to have to probably give up Grimes, Quickley, 3 number ones. Is he worth all that? Maybe. I don't know. He's not going to be bringing us to the next level that next season. When it comes to KP, though, you're only talking about Julius Randle. That's a straight up trade. Julius Randle is going to be coming off an all-NBA all-star season in the summer, because he's going to make both of that. If he keeps playing like this, he's going to be an all-star, and he'll probably be all-NBA. So you're talking about an all-star, all-NBA player for a guy that's going to probably be an all-star also in Kristaps Porzingis. He may not. I don't think KP will be all-NBA, but he's going to be an all-star for sure. I think he's 90% locked for the all-star team. So you're switching 2 all-stars. So that's a straight-up trade. You're only switching. That means you got your whole rest of your team still, and you're getting KP. You see what I'm saying? That's a whole different thing than having to trade young talent to get a guy like that. IQ depends on how he finishes. I'd say he's worth at least 1 number 1 and 1 number 2. I think he's worth at least a second rounder and a first rounder. At least. I think IQ right now is a first round pick and a second round pick. Yeah, I think 1 first, 1 second. I'd agree with that. 1 first, 1 second. And I got to get back young talent. So if I'm going with Houston, I got to get back Tari Eason. You got to give me Tari. You got to give me a first, and you got to give me a second. And we can do business. I will take that. If you're telling me Houston wants to start IQ, okay, you give me back Tari Eason, you give me a first, and you give me a second, and I'll do that deal. I need Tari Eason in that deal, though. Don't give me Eric Gordon. I don't want Eric Gordon. I don't want him. You understand? I'm not taking behind Eric Gordon. I want Tari Eason, a number 1 and a number 2. And then we could do that deal. And that's what I'm telling you. That's a possibility. That's a possibility. Okay? Because I'm telling you, Tari Eason is a player. I'm telling you, that kid is Benedict Mathurin. He could play. He could play. That boy could play. Okay? And did you hear Mike Breen and Alan Hahn talking tonight about Kevin Porter Jr.? I told you all that kid can play, but what they said was very important. They said that really he's a combo guard. And if Tari Eason is Camby's nephew, I didn't know that. I know the Camby family. I didn't know if he was. I didn't know that. But if he said that Porter is really a combo guard playing out of position at the point. IQ can play the point. Okay, so you have both of those guys. Whoa, I would take if I'm trading Emmanuel Quickley to Houston, I want a first and a second, and I want Tari. And the reason I can ask for that is because Tari is promising, but he's coming off your bench. Emmanuel Quickley can start, and Houston would be getting him to start. Tari would be coming off our bench too. See, he'd be in our rotation off the bench. Dang, that would be tremendous, man. That would be tremendous. I was like, Tari could play. Did you see that boy's hands? He's got hands like shovels. He can handle the rock. He can shoot. Yes, he's 6'8". He's a rookie. He's promising. It sounds like Cam Reddish from 4 years ago, right? It sounds like Cam Reddish from 4 years ago, except he ain't hurt. That's what it sounds like. See, they're in that versatile wing, athletic, talented, skilled player that you want. That you can't get too many of those guys. You want guys like that, especially on rookie deals. Shoot, man, shoot, yeah, give me that. Give me that all day, every day. So that's what I would do. IQ is a first, a second, and I want a young talent like Tari Eason. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would do that. Yeah, for real. I wanted the Knicks to get. I wanted them to trade down. They could have traded down. Tari was drafted at 17. They could have traded down and got Tari Eason, but I guess they just wanted to stick with what they got, and I can't argue with that. How many is Randle worth? I don't know. Randle is going to be all-star and all-NBA, so that's going to be a big ticket. You're not going to be asking for one pick for Julius Randle. Okay, like I said, to me, the ideal exchange is KP. That's a straight-up exchange. It doesn't hurt us. We end up with a guy that's at least as good or better, definitely higher IQ, skilled. Yeah, I would do that. I would do same age. I would do it. Okay, for Randall, I would do it in the summer. Not right now. I wouldn't do it now. No, neither would Washington. I'd do it in the summer. Yeah, I would do it in the summer. And we drafted him. That's right. He'd be coming back home where he was starting. No Phil Jackson here. Man, I think we'd be in good shape. He's more mature now than he was when he left here. He is. He's more mature. He plays more with. If you watch, I've been watching his games. I've been watching him since he was in Dallas. He's playing more within himself right now. Okay. Let me see. You asked. He's Sid Floyd is asking where the rebounds are coming from. Okay. Let me ask you this. Do you realize that Mitchell Robinson helps Julius Randle get rebounds? And I'm not saying Julius Randle's an elite rebounder. What I'm saying to you is but you realize they got to put two bodies on Mitch Rob. Otherwise, he would swallow up like 5 more boards a game. But let's just look at this. Let me see. Look at KP. KP is getting 9 rebounds a game. KP is getting 9 rebounds a game. Is that bad? How much are we losing? 2 rebounds? I think Mitch Rob will make up that difference. Sing for it. KP is getting 9. He's averaging 22 and 9. Kristaps Porzingis. He's averaging 22 and 9 and 1.6 blocks. So you probably lose a couple of rebounds, but you're getting 22 and 9, and you're getting about 2 blocks a game from him. And you're getting more IQ and less attitude. Now, he's not as strong as Julius Randle. Julius Randle's a brick crap house. He don't hardly get hurt. That's true. He could take a lot more punishment than the KP. But I'm just saying, I think the Knicks would be a much better team. And if you're starting KP next to Mitchell Robinson, my goodness. Yeah, I think so. I think he is a better defender than Julius Robinson. He's also a more consistent defender. You're going to get effort on defense from KP every night. Okay. The problem with KP, he may not play but 65 games. And I'll live with the 17 games he commits. I'll live with that because he's going to cause us to win 50 games. So, yeah. I'll do that. I'll do it for sure. Yep. But I can understand if somebody argues with me and says, no, you're crazy. He's too injury prone. I'm not going to argue with you. I can understand why you would feel that way. That's not a bad take. I'm just saying my gut feeling, watching KP the way he is right now, he's a different guy. I would take him. Right now. He's a way better team player. The guys, I would take him. Yeah, I think Dolan wouldn't have a problem. If you look at James Dolan in terms of his treatment of players, he really is forgiving, man. If he can forgive Sprewell for how Sprewell talked to him. Some of y'all, if y'all remember how Sprewell was cursing him out when Minnesota came to play. After they made that trade, Sprewell was cursing him out, man. Kids couldn't even listen to that stuff. But his free will is working for Dolan right now. After he done gambled away all his money, Dolan hired him. So Dolan is a forgiving dude, really, with the players. He's not forgiving with the press. He is not forgiving with the press, but he's forgiving with players. He really, especially black players. I'm telling you, he really is. He's forgiving with black players. He really wants to bring you back into the Knicks fan. So I think Dolan gets a bad rap because he hates the press and the press hates him. But if you really look at him, he cares about the Knicks and he cares about the players. Okay, he really does. So I wouldn't worry about the KP situation with him. KP is a more mature man right now. He was a kid then. I think he'd be all right. Yeah, yes. And that's Dolan paying him. He paid him and Larry Johnson. It's almost like they just created a position. If you look at the Knicks organizational chart and I have, it's almost like they just created positions for them. Dolan trying to help them, man. You know, really. Because he's doing people, like I said, when the media starts downing Dolan, don't join in because you be hearing people with big platforms downing James Dolan. They don't know what they're talking about. I've been watching this guy. Yes, he has made mistakes, but he has learned from his mistakes. See, we have to learn to move on. When a guy learns from his mistakes, move on with him. And Dolan has learned. And he put a nice management team in place. If KP wanted to come back here, that would be something I'd have to really. Oh, and you look, how many of y'all saw were there that night? I wasn't there, but I saw it. Oakley was drunk and belligerent. That's the truth about it. And I'm straight Hebrew brother. So I would take up for him if I could. But Oakley was drunk and belligerent that night. Period. End of story. He was acting the fool behind Dolan right there. He had no business talking like that. And then he really, his pride got in the way and he wouldn't even just shut up, which he really needed to do. But he should have said, I'm sorry, I was acting fool. They could have worked that out, but he wanted to be stupid, man. I don't know why, but you know what? I try to say what's right. If he had a leg to stand on, I'd be with Oak. But he didn't, man. He was acting stupid, man. He got drunk and was acting dumb. And he should have got thrown out that night. And Dolan was still willing to sit down and talk with him, and he was acting stupid, man. Nah. But Dolan is more than fair. You got Starks on the payroll. You got Sprewell on the payroll. You got Larry Johnson on the payroll. You got Allen Houston on the payroll. All of these dudes are ex-Knicks that are now working for the Knicks. Do you realize that Steve Mills is still working for the Knicks? He didn't get fired. He's still an executive on the Knicks. He's on the executive board of the Knicks. Steve Mills. See? He would bring Isaiah Thomas back in the organization in a minute. He's very loyal like that, man. And that's why I like him. All these people talk about he need to sell a team. I just get disgusted with people taking all of this media narratives and just running with it and don't know what the hell they're talking about. Dolan has been good to New York Knicks. He really has, man. I'm just telling you. So there would be no problem. To answer David's question, there'd be no problem with Dolan and KP if KP wanted to come back. There'd be no problem there. The only question is, would the Knicks be interested? And would KP be interested? If that was the case, I would do this. The Randle for KP swap would happen. I would do it. Okay, I would do it. Okay, but let's see what happens. It would be crazy because both of them are going to be all-stars. And Randle might be all NBA. I would not be surprised. He's playing that good right now. And the reason somebody asked a while ago, why do I say 45 wins? Because I can look past this week. Some people can't. They can only judge on the negativity that came out this week. They can't look past it. And they certainly don't look at history. Tibbs' teams play better as the year goes by. Grimes is going to get better this year. Deuce is going to get better this year. They just need consistent minutes, and they're going to get better. RJ is going to get better this year. Do y'all remember just a week ago? RJ was on a straight tear, 25 a game over the winning streak, maybe even 27 over the winning streak. Okay, so they're all going to get better as the year goes by. Don't look at them as they are right now. Look at them as they're going to be in 2 months because they're going to be better. Okay, that's how you got to look at it. And you got to factor that into the win total. At least 45 wins. I'm still sticking with that. And y'all know I was sticking with that during the losses, during the winning streak. I kept saying the same thing, 45 wins. I kept telling you. So when they went 8 straight, there people say, no, they're going to win 50 now. And I told y'all, 45 minimum. Okay? They could still get more, I'm telling you, they could lock in on 45 though, for real. I think so. Okay. And especially as Julius stays as mentally steady as he has stayed, if he can stay. Did you all notice tonight he started arguing with the refs? And did you see Quentin Grimes getting his face? Not getting his face negatively, but just getting his face and talk to him, and he calmed down. That's what I'm saying. That's a difference, y'all. That's a big difference. If you can get Julius Randle to stay like that for the rest of this season, we are going to be in good shape. They must go 29 and 16, 26 and 19 to finish the season. Okay, I can see that. That's not crazy. They could do that. They could do that. Okay, right now what they got? They got 19 wins. Yeah, so they need 26 more. Okay, yeah, I think that's reasonable. They're 19 and 18 now. That's totally reasonable. Okay. I want to see they finished December pretty well, actually, to be above 500 going into the new year. So now January, their first game is against Phoenix. Let's see. January is actually a pretty tough schedule. I think it is, if I'm not correct. I think January is a pretty tough schedule for our team. But I believe the hardest part of their schedule was just what we just finished between November and December. That was the hardest part of their schedule. The Knicks play in January, Phoenix at home, San Antonio at home, at Toronto, Milwaukee and Indiana at home, at Washington, at Detroit. That's a back-to-back with Toronto. It's a pretty tough schedule. But I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right. I'm not worried about them, man. LeBron would take him to the chip. Well, Diamond Holdings depends on what you have to give up for LeBron. LeBron just come here? What would LA want? You'd have to probably clean out half your team. So, you know what I'm saying? He's not taking us to the chip if he's missing RJ and Mitch Robb and, he's missing, Grimes. He's not taking us to the chip without them guys. Then he would be taking the Lakers to the chip. They got Anthony AD. Ambulance. He ain't going nowhere. Nah. Mm-mm. Yeah, if he walked on, yeah. But, that ain't happening. But, yeah. Yeah, he does have a problem with Dolan. I don't know, whatever. But, I like our team. I like our team the way it is. I hope they don't trade anybody except Fournier and Cam right now. Just trade those guys and then move on. Get some draft capital and some expiring contracts for them, and then we move on. Just move on right now and let this team play out the way it is until the end of the season. And we'll reevaluate as we get closer to the summer. Okay, that's what they're going to do, because I think they're trying to get a deal for Cam. That's why he's not playing. And so they're probably trying to get a deal for him, and they're probably trying to move Fournier in that process. Yeah. So anyway, please be safe out there. Happy New Year, Knicks Nation. Thank you all for being here tonight. It's been fun, real fun. It's the capping of a really good day today. The Knicks won. Always a good team. Always a good day when the Knicks win. Next time is Monday against Phoenix at 3 p.m. We'll probably be doing a preview at noon on Monday. We'll probably do a preview at noon just to see where the injury report looks like and what we're looking like going into. Because I'm interested to see if Jalen Brunson is going to play Monday. I'm interested to see it. I don't think RJ will, but I'm interested to see if Jalen Brunson is going to play Monday. Happy New Year. Please, again, be safe. Please be safe out there. Don't get in no trouble today. Be careful. Enjoy yourself. So